Emily Carter had almost cancelled the blind date 3 times before leaving her apartment. Not because she didn't want companionship, but because she didn't know how to explain the truth anymore. Every time she met someone new, there came that moment. The pause. The polite smile that slowly faded. This time, she chose honesty from the beginning. Her 6-year-old daughter, Lily, walked beside her, swinging her tiny legs with nervous excitement. Lily wore a pale blue dress and clutched a small stuffed rabbit under her arm, the one she took everywhere she felt unsure. Emily squeezed her hand gently. "Remember," Emily whispered, bending slightly, "we're just having tea and cake. If you feel uncomfortable, you tell me, okay?" Lily nodded seriously. She was far too perceptive for her age. The cafe was warm, softly lit, and smelled of cinnamon and fresh bread. At a corner table sat Daniel Hughes, the man her friend had insisted was different. A single dad. Kind. Quiet. Thoughtful. Daniel looked up as they approached, and then he stood. Not halfway. Not awkwardly. Fully. As if welcoming guests into his home. "You must be Emily," he said with a gentle smile. Then he crouched down to Lily's level. "And you must be Lily." "I'm Daniel." Lily blinked, surprised. Adults rarely spoke to her first. "Hi," she said softly. Daniel gestured to the empty chair beside him. "I asked for the biggest table. I thought we might need room for dessert." Emily felt something shift in her chest. She hadn't explained yet. He didn't know. Or maybe, he did. They sat. The waitress came and took their order. Daniel asked Lily what her favorite cake was. He listened, really listened, as she described chocolate icing with strawberries and, "No nuts, please." Emily watched, guarded but curious. "So," Daniel said once the waitress left, turning to Emily, "thank you for trusting me enough to come today." She inhaled slowly. "I should explain. I don't usually bring Lily on first meetings." He nodded calmly. "I'm glad you did." That was the first crack in her walls. Emily told him about her past, the relationship that had ended quietly, the promises that faded, the long nights of doing everything alone. She didn't dramatize it. She didn't need to. The truth carried its own weight. Daniel listened, hands folded, eyes steady. When she finished, she waited for it. The shift. The polite exit. Instead, Daniel spoke. "I have a son," he said. "Oliver. He's 8. His mum passed away 3 years ago." Emily's breath caught. "For a long time," Daniel continued, "I thought my life had already peaked. That love was something I used to have, not something I'd have again. Dating felt wrong." He glanced at Lily, who was carefully arranging sugar packets into a line. "But then I realized," he said quietly, "that love doesn't end when life changes. It just asks us to be braver." Emily's eyes burned. The cakes arrived. Lily's eyes widened in delight. Daniel laughed when she accidentally smeared chocolate on her nose, handing her a napkin like it was the most natural thing in the world. And then came the moment Emily feared most. "Emily," Daniel said gently, "I want to ask you something, and you can say no." Her shoulders tensed. "If this goes well," he said, "would you be open to another meeting? Somewhere Oliver could join too?" She stared at him. "You want our kids to meet?" "I want honesty," he replied. "And I want a future that doesn't ask either of us to hide parts of ourselves." Emily felt something inside her break open, not painfully, but like a door finally unlocked. Weeks passed. They met again. And again. Oliver was shy at first. Lily was cautious. But children understand kindness faster than adults. They played. They argued over crayons. They shared snacks. Emily watched Daniel guide Oliver with patience and humor. Daniel watched Emily comfort Lily with quiet strength. There were challenges. Old fears resurfaced. Emily worried she was asking too much. Daniel feared he might fail again. One evening, after the children had fallen asleep on opposite ends of the sofa, Emily whispered, "What if this is too much?" Daniel took her hand. "Then we carry it together." The real test came months later. Lily's school held a family day. Parents were invited. Lily stood on stage, scanning the crowd nervously. She spotted Emily. Then Daniel. Then Oliver. All standing together. When Lily sang, her voice didn't shake. Afterwards, she ran straight into Daniel's arms. "You came," she said. "Always," he replied. Emily watched them and realized something profound. Love wasn't about perfect timing or ideal circumstances. It was about showing up. Later that night, as they walked home under quiet streetlights, Lily slipped her hand into Daniel's and asked, "Can you come again tomorrow?" Daniel smiled at Emily before answering, "I'm not going anywhere." Emily felt tears roll freely now, not from fear, but from relief. Because sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is arrive as you are. And sometimes, the right person doesn't ask you to leave parts of yourself behind. They stand up. They make room. And they choose you, all of you. Inspiring closing message. Life doesn't wait until everything is perfect to offer us love. It offers it in imperfect moments, unexpected meetings, and brave choices. When someone sees not just who you are, but who you care for, and chooses to stay anyway, that's not just love. That's home.